Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, and yeah, I today I decided to buy a new house. Yeah,
Oh, so,
and so
ah,
I am really exciting,
okay.
excited. Yeah.
Oh, nice. So are you at the new house or are you still at the old house?
Uh, I I live in a rent house.
Mm-hmm. I see. Okay. So when are you going to move to the new house?
Mm, we have to discuss the time. Uh, it might be this October. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So July, August, September, October. Oh, you still
Yeah.
have how many weeks to go?
Uh, how many weeks to go?
Yes. I mean, you
Uh,
still have how many weeks to stay at your current house before you
ah,
move?
maybe can be 12 weeks.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I ask you, like, why have you decided to move to a different house?
Ah, mm, I'm really happy to live with this current house, and my wife, my daughter also feel
Mm-hmm.
also, but there is one problem, is that this neighbor doesn't have elementary school closely. Yeah,
Ah.
so my daughter is 5 years old, and
Mm-hmm.
2 years later, she is going to go to elementary school. Mm,
Mm-hmm.
so
Ah. Okay.
yeah,
I
we should
see.
go to a place which has a elementary school.
That's right, because it's very inconvenient for your daughter if she
Yeah,
can. All right.
yeah,
Wow, I see. Okay, so you closed on a house today. Congratulations.
right. Yeah.
Is it far from your current house?
Yeah, it is a little far, because it takes 20 minutes by a car.
Oh.
But the but there are some advantage. One of them is my commuting distance.
Mhm.
Uh, it can be closer.
Ah, you don't have to drive long distance, okay?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
commute for a long time,
yeah.
okay?
And I can even ride a bicycle to go to my office.
Oh, that okay. So it's not only convenient for your daughter, but also convenient for you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, my
Nice.
wife. Uh, Also, my wife fe might feel convenient, because there are so many grocery stores and department.
Okay. She doesn't have to drive. She just have to walk.
Yeah, right.
Oh. So how long have you been living at your current house?
Mm, uh, for this neighbor, mm, since I got a honeymoon house, uh, I have
After
been
marriage?
yeah, I have been living for almost 6 years. But
Oh.
only this current house, I r- I have lived for 4 years.
4 years. Oh,
Mm,
that's a long time,
yeah,
I
so
think.
my wife uh got used to this neighbor. So she doesn't fear go to another uh, city,
Mhm.
but we have to. So she looked today she looks depressed.
Okay. I would probably feel the same way because, right, you have to adapt, you have to know your new neighbors,
Yeah.
you have to familiarize yourself with the new city, like where is the grocery store, where is the
Hmm.
hospital, right?
Yeah, right.
It's a little bit difficult to adjust. It
Yeah,
takes time.
yeah. I my personality, I like new thing, and I like new environment, uh, because it is something new that I don't know.
Mhm.
But my my wife, uh, as my wife personality, she likes some familiar with my wife.
So you guys are totally different from each
Yeah,
other.
right.
Mm, I see, right. Oh, I see. And anyway, congratulations again, sir. Yes. Anyway, what would you like to talk about for today?
I'd like to talk about helicopter crash.
Oh,
Yeah.
mhm. Yeah. Okay.
And I already read the three articles in beginning.
Mhm. Okay.
So I don't care which one we will discuss.
Uh-huh. Okay,
Uh,
let's talk about the first one that you mentioned, helicopter crash.
yeah.
Yeah, have you
Okay.
heard about this one? Or mhm.
No, I realized when I read this article, and it was really amazing, because as I know, when the helicopter crashed,
Mhm.
uh, every people died. So
Usually that's
yeah,
in most cases, right?
yeah,
Mhm.
right. Usually, yeah, but
Mm.
there are only one person who died. Uh, so it is rarely uh, happened.
Yeah, it rarely happens.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, that's right. Mm. Yeah, these kinds of accidents, or you can say these kinds of accidents rarely or seldom happens.
Mm, it rarely or seldom happens.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's right. But
yeah.
these, I mean, the past few months or the past few years, we've had a lot of accidents involving planes or plane
Mm,
crash,
mm. Where
right?
in the Philippines?
Oh, not in the Philippines. Usually, if you know, if you're familiar with what happened in,
Mm.
where was that? Ethiopia, I think. No, no, no.
Ah,
It's not Ethiopia or somewhere in
ah.
Africa.
I got it. Mm. Uh, but yeah, it's true. The airplane accident happen always. Uh, but uh, some uh, some experts say that it is more safer than car.
Mm,
Mm, so
okay.
because when the airplane crashed, uh, most country uh, notice this accident happened.
Mm,
So every people know can be known this accident. So
Mm.
people can people think that airplane is dangerous.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So the safest way to travel, car.
Mm. Yeah. Right.
Right. Oh, I see. Who do you think with this plane crash that happened in New York? Who do you think is to blame? Is it the pilot, the plane company, or what do you think happened?
Mm, I think uh, I think the pilot might did his best
Mhm.
uh, because uh, he was about to die. Um, uh, the problem might be the engine problem or the maintain problem. So
There's like malfunction or something.
mm, yeah, so uh, the um, mm, the people who belongs this helicopter
Mhm.
might be blamed.
Ah, the company,
Yeah, the company.
the airline, basically.
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Wow. Have you ever heard of like a plane crash that happened in Korea?
Yeah, we have several airplane crash, and
Oh, okay.
uh, I heard the crash sound uh, when uh, I cannot remember where, but the accident happened in the Busan when I live in there.
Mhm.
Uh, the big uh, the big sound
Mhm.
happened, and I can I could hear, and I felt the sound uh, the sound.
Mhm.
So I think I thought something some bad thing happened. Yeah.
Oh my God, a meteorite's coming from the sky.
Yeah, right.
Oh, it was it a helicopter?
No, it was a airplane crash. Um,
Oh.
the airplane crash. The airplane fly the lower low.
Ah,
So
okay.
it it was hit to a mountain.
Ah, I see. Okay. It landed in a mountain.
Yeah, it
Is it? Okay.
yeah.
Oh, that's too bad. What happened to the passengers?
Uh, yeah, they all died.
Oh my
Uh,
God. No survivors?
yeah, of course. No survive.
Oh,
There are nothing to survive.
oh my God. Oh.
And the airplane was a foreign company's airplane. Uh,
Ah, so not owned by Korean.
yeah,
Okay.
so
Ah, oh my
uh,
God.
there there were only few Korean people.
Mhm.
Uh, I cannot remember where. Uh, yeah, there were so many foreigner in the airplane.
Ah, oh my God. And no survivors. When did this happen?
Maybe 2 year, 20 years ago.
Ah, that's why I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't born. I mean, I was born, but I was still a kid. Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Um, okay. What do you think is the biggest accident that happened in Korea?
Ah, mm, yeah, we uh three maybe um, 30 years ago,
Mhm.
there was a big department, uh, and it was corrupt. Uh,
Mhm.
so many people uh, died. Uh, but the problem was that some people know uh, expect some people uh, expect the accident,
Mhm.
uh, who who has the department CEO, how can I
Uh-huh,
say,
okay.
uh, they already escape the department, and they didn't notice that, uh, because they uh, they can lost some money.
Ah, who took the money?
uh, yeah, yeah, I mean, some people escaped. Some people who belongs to the department escape, escape, but there are so many stores and customers.
Mhm.
They were shopping. It can be money. Uh, so they they didn't want to stop selling or buying. Uh, mm, yeah, but the department was corrupt.
Ah. When you say crapped, oh, do you mean to say robbed? They were robbed?
uh,
Someone stole money?
no, no. Uh,
Ah.
the department corrupt.
Ah, corrupt. This one?
Uh, co-
Oh, do
correct.
you mean collapsed?
Oh yeah,
Like
corrupt.
fall down, like the building
Yeah,
fell down on the
yeah.
people. Like how many? You said it's a department store, so there's probably like hundreds of people buried alive.
Yeah, right. Um, I don't know how many people died at that time,
Mhm.
but there are one person who survived uh, in 2 weeks. He he was under uh, the rock,
Mhm.
uh, and after 2 weeks later,
Mhm.
uh, mm, he he can survive.
Oh my
Uh,
God.
yeah.
He has strong willpower. Where do you think he got his sustenance or energy to survive? I mean, imagine going on for 2 weeks without food and water.
Mm. At first, uh, the helper
Mhm.
provide a lot of water, but they
Ah.
didn't know. They were not sure. There
Mhm.
were some people who still live, but they provide water. I mean,
Mm.
uh, uh, I can explain the way to
Mm-hmm.
provide the water.
Uh-huh. They
uh,
probably there's probably like a small hole where they can, where they can pass the water and give it to the guy,
mm, no,
right?
they split the water. Yeah, because
Ah.
it looked like this. There are
Mhm.
so many rocks, and under the rocks, someone like
Mhm.
this, and the uh, the some helper
Oh, okay.
split water, so the water flow into the someone. Yeah.
Ah, so they made it like it's like a flowing water. So there's probably like a straw attached to the water bottle, and then it goes to the person.
Yeah, right.
Ah, oh my God.
uh,
Where did this happen?
it happened in Seoul, but I
Ah,
at that time I was in Busan.
uh-huh, okay.
So I just heard from TV, um,
Mm,
and uh, a few a few years ago, I was curious this
mhm.
person, and I searched it. He became cons- constructor.
Ah,
Yeah.
wow. It's like his experience made him what he is now,
Yeah,
right?
right. Yeah.
Wow, okay. I am going to become how do you say this, a constructor and architect, so I would build like, stronger buildings.
Yeah, right.
Wow. So bad. Only one survivor?
No.
Ah,
There are maybe 3 or 4 people who
mhm.
survived at that time. Um, After 1 week or 2 weeks.
I see. Okay. Wow. Imagine that, right? You being buried alive. It's like you're still breathing, but then you can't move because you're buried. How would you feel?
It was really sad. He mentioned when he was under there,
Mhm.
there was another person who was a girl, and
Ah.
he made a conversation, and
Ah. Okay.
he said we can survive,
Mhm.
but after 1 or 2 days later,
Uh huh.
uh, she didn't mention,
Mhm.
she didn't say, so he thought she might die.
Uh huh. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very sad story. Mm,
So did the girl survive or she didn't make it?
she didn't make it. Uh, yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah. And uh,
Did it happen because there's like an earthquake?
no, the problem it comes from person. It is person
Ah,
accident. Uh,
I see.
the This building was built illegally. Uh,
Ah, that's why.
yeah, they used not uh, improper material,
Uh-huh, okay. Yeah,
uh,
or they probably did not use how do I say this, sturdy materials.
sturdy material.
Yeah.
Mm,
Mm. Oh my God.
yeah, right.
Oh my God. Ah. Yeah, that was
So
30 years ago,
yeah,
but okay. If
at
you
this point, yeah, we are almost out of time.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm so sorry. I was
It's
enjoying our
okay.
conversation.
Yeah,
But anyway, yeah, sir. Thank you so much for taking the class with me today. Yeah, I really had fun with our conversation. I hope I can talk to you again next time.
yeah, me too. Yeah,
Yes. Bye bye. Have a good night.
yeah. Good night. Bye.
Bye, sir.